When the suffering's too real, I can swear I was feeling, it's almost like being depressed. I pray for death.
Be careful what you wish for.
It's not that bad. Hey, my name is Jobby, and this is the Master Grade Gundam Deathscythe Hell, which comes from the fan-favorite anime series Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, which I did not grow up with, and I have no interest in watching Universal Century or Go Home. But despite not having a nostalgic attachment to this model kit, how could I deny such a ridiculously badass design? Now, it should be pretty obvious why I gravitate towards a bat-themed giant robot. That's right, I can cut myself with it. The sculpting on this kit, pretty flawless. It captures the design perfectly. But the painting on the kit, while it might not seem obvious at first glance, it is there. Matter of fact, this was one of the first model kits I ever built and painted, all the way back in 2013. All I did was repaint the dark gray parts into a pitch black, and I top coated it with this can of garbage. And even though the painting doesn't look too bad, I was definitely way over my head in some areas. Any spray painting tutorial will tell you the importance of light coats, but not that light, you fucking idiot. And the num marks are just atrocious. Now, I could blame Bandai for leaving the num marks in such an obvious spot. Put in your ass for that, but put it in my ass for not sanding it properly. Also put in my ass for using all of the Yes, this was before I found out that stickers were the devil. Now, I have no trouble with the eye stickers, the camera stickers, the crotch camera stickers, is that what that is? But all the unnecessary technical spec stickers, forget about them. Now, the dry transfer decals, decals, however you want to pronounce it, that's where it's at. And I gotta give myself credit for masking and painting these gray parts. For some reason, out of the box, they were unpainted. In between that and the bicep nub marks, what the fuck, Bandai? Although you did better on your other Endless Waltz kits, but that comes later. And while we're here, the wings are big, black, beautiful, but they are disappointingly simple. I'm assuming this is anime accurate, but there's just too much blank space for my taste. But I guess I can blame it on myself, because there's plenty of opportunity to either create my own panel lines or paint in the little details, which I did not do. At least I took the time to panel line it. What I did not take the time to do, which I regret heavily, the pilot's not painted. Anyway, why don't we move on to this mobile suit's namesake and also my preferred method of demise. It's really fucking cool. He just looks incomplete without it. Deathscythe without a scythe is like Jobby without his Now hold on, he's got more accessories to talk about. First of all, you get a standing pilot figure who I do not know the name of. You get a pair of fists, open hands, and grabby hands. And switching the hands is not necessarily switching the hands, you're actually switching the fingers. And the grabby hand has a little tab where you put the scythe in. And you get one of these standard dingle-dangs that plugs right into his gooch, which allows you to plug it into a Bandai 1/100 action base not included. But if you're getting a model kit with such glorious wings, you owe it to yourself to get an action base. And a little stand connector can also connect to the back of the wings, which is fine, but I prefer touching his grundle. So before we get into the swivels, you guys want to see something weird? Witchcraft, heresy, absolutely haram. A wingless Deathscythe hell is a sad Deathscythe hell. But I gotta admit, it makes it easier to ball joint at the head, can look up that far and down that far, rotation at the arm, shoulder pad moves up and down, forward movement and some up and down, arm moves out, bicep swivel that should not be swiveled too hard, double jointed elbow, ball joint at the wrist, swivel here, ball joint at the thumb, ball joint at the waist that allows it to crunch, and of course a swivel, ball joint at the side skirts, the back skirts, and the front skirts, which allows for leg rotation. It has a decent range, beautiful spread, gentle swivel, double bend at the knee, ball joint at the ankle, another ball joint at the ankle, which allows for a beautiful pivot, and a toe bend. Now if you watched to the very end of my last video, you saw that my particular model kit had knee issues. But because a model kit is easily deconstructed, I managed to fix that issue with a bit of super glue. And while it seems to be one solid piece on first glance, the wings are actually poseable. It can extend here, here, and here, which allows it to rotate up, and hinge joints allows it to bend all over the place. And what the wing posability also allows you to do, technically it's not a transformation, but fuck it, I like the song too much. And This is what's called the active cloak. Looks pretty damn cool, at least in theory. These things are supposed to attach together, but fuck you. If you count the kit without his wings, these are really standard size, but the wings give him that extra presence. Here's Master Grade Blitz Gundam, Master Grade Zaku, Figma Medica Prime, and of course a fellow Endless Waltz figure, the Master Grade Gundam. I don't know when I'm gonna review it, don't count on it. Overall, this guy's pretty good. So the design of this kit is fantastic, but I just did not do it the justice it deserves. Maybe one of these days when I move out of my dad's basement, I'll come back to this kit, paint it up real nice, and give it that old jobby special. But I don't know when that day will come, don't count on it, model of the decade. And if you wanted to paint my own Deathscythe hell and show your superiority over me, why don't you get it at the Lunar Toy Store? Even though they haven't provided me with the figure for a while, I still feel the need to plug them because goddammit, I know you still love me, daddy. And on the subject of model kits, Lunar Toy Store's first exclusive model kit is on pre-order right now. While this particular kit, whose name I won't attempt to pronounce, is not exclusive to Lunar Toy Store, the extra parts that it comes with is exclusive. Just more options for the more custom-minded builder. Seriously, how do you pronounce it? The frame arms, girl! Life is worth living.